Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today we're going to go over my 2023 summer vegetable garden. I completely butchered this intro, so I have to do an overdub, but let's get started on the video. Alright, so this initially was going to be a flower and herb garden for teas and just cooking spices. And I apologize for the noises in the back. There's, neighbors and dogs and all that going on. But yeah, it's a Friday afternoon, so let's get it started. Here we got some marigolds on the side to kind of companion plant with the tomatoes. These are Roma tomatoes. You can kind of see some fruit in the back. A little bit of basil. Also a companion plant. All these are kind of spaced indirectly. So you got another Roma, basil, Roma, and then some strawberry plants I got from one of the jobs I was working this summer. There was a storm last night and it blew over some of these other plants, but some more basil. And then we got some wild yucca I grew from seed last year. These really need to be planted, in my opinion, in the dirt. They've kind of stunted in these little pots and they're not doing so hot, but I'll get them in there by the end of summer. I just gotta pick a spot. Okay, now we got some more strawberries, some more Roma, and then just some flowers that my family's grown in pots. Over here is a citronella plant that we keep away. Supposedly it keeps mosquitoes away, but I've yet to see that work fully. All right, here we got our black-eyed Susan, one I just randomly planted. I planted a few more just kind of around this tree. But as you can see, there's some squash plants and other flowers on the other side. I can't remember which ones they are. They're either bottle gourd or butternut squash, but we'll see how they turn out. I kind of planted them. They're in partial shade because they're under a honey locust tree. Over here we got some butterfly milkweed I grew from seed. And then some yarrow. This area needs weeded. I gave these to my mom, but they're planted. Some purple coneflower, and then some more black-eyed Susans. They're doing okay. They just need a little bit more TLC, a little bit of mulch, and they'll look pretty. It's a work in progress. All right, and over here we got some sweet Thai chilies. The sweet Thai chilies are supposedly very spicy. I got this from work, waiting for them to turn red. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. There's a lot of peppers. And then right next to them, I also have these planted in a food grade 5-gallon bucket, for those who are wondering. And then over here I got some sweet potato slips I grew. So this one I grew from an organic sweet potato. I tried to start slips indoors last late fall, early winter, and I just failed at it. They just didn't take. I tried the water method, I tried dirt. The dirt one molded, the water ones, they didn't grow quick enough. So I think the solution is they need warmth. They might benefit from a little heat map or being under a hot lamp. And they also need a little bit of soil, but don't close the lid on them. I don't think they need that much humidity. But you do got to keep that soil a little bit moist, but don't let the mold take over. This one was gifted to me by a fellow gardener. A few slips. We'll see how they turn out by the end of the season. And this is a volunteer tomato plant. It's been growing like a weed. I don't know what's going on with it, but yeah, my garden needs a little bit of TLC after some of these rains. And then yeah, some more of that. Next we have some corn. This is my Three Sisters plot. It's crazy, this corn's kind of taken off since the beginning. But now this corn's about 8 feet, 9 feet, and they're going pretty crazy. We got some, like I said, this is the Three Sisters. So we got some Kentucky blue pole beans growing up, and they're kind of interesting to watch climb up. I've done really no hand pollination over here, and everything's just done so great. But for the melons, I have pumpkin or sugar pie pumpkin, watermelon, bottle gourds, the butternut squash, Waltham butternut squash, and I think that's it. It's just kind of interplanted in between, and then we'll step around. Over here, I kind of just haphazardly planted some more squash plants. I don't even know which ones these are. They were just extra. Pretty sure most of them are pumpkin or bottle gourd. And yeah, they're doing pretty good. They're just climbing around. Over here, I got my Cherokee purples that I grew from seed. Got a whole row. These are 20-gallon fabric pots. I really recommend these for people who live in areas that they can't garden or may move a lot, because you can just dump these out and collapse them in. So really good deal. I wish I knew about these when I was in college. So I got 10 pots over here. These tomatoes get giant. I really underestimated them. I heard stories, but I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's one in there that's giant. They get big. They're splitting, as you can see, but I really need to add more mulch in here because I went on vacation and some of these got some blossom end rot, which really indicates either a calcium deficiency, but most likely inefficient watering. But well, you can still eat them. I wouldn't can them. They're, just cut that little piece off when they turn red. In these, I have some more marigolds, and man, I really underestimated how big marigolds get, but they're companion plants. So far, these are doing pretty good with minimal pest damage this year. One thing I really look out for is some of these lower leaves, they get chewed up by, this year it's been aphids, or not aphids, but roly-polies. But yeah, I'm starting to get more tomatoes on all of these, and it's been fun watching them grow. I'm glad I grew them. Next year I'm gonna try out some San Marzanos, so see if I can get some of those. But yeah, it's kind of nice seeing the little tomatoes pop up. And here's some of that blossom end rot I was talking about. Like I said, it happens. You just gotta work on it and get your watering up. This one's growing kind of crazy. But yeah. Here's some more black-eyed Susans. You see there's a little fly on there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, a little fly. And then some more yarrow. Over here there was some more butterfly milkweed, but for some reason every butterfly milkweed I plant here just gets removed. I have no idea what does it. It just gets, something takes it out. I don't know. And here's another pumpkin plant from the Three Sisters. Here I got some zucchini, and it's doing pretty good. I'm waiting for it to flower. I kind of planted these a little late, but what shocked me is the root is super, it looks like a zucchini. And I'm excited to see these little flowers open up. This mosquito's chasing me around. Up here, this is a volunteer honeydew plant that came up out of nowhere. It shocked me. It's taking over the fence, and I feel bad because it's growing into the neighbor's yard, and I'm trying to control it. But if they cut off a little area, it's not the main stem, so it'll be okay. I got some pintos and black beans scattered throughout just to see if I could grow some more. I don't know how they're going to grow with all the shade from the honeydew, but I still got some lettuce. I'm letting this lettuce go to seed for next year, and they produce these little yellow flowers. I planted way too much romaine this year, and they really took off, so I'll note that next year. This honeydew's cool. I got this little melon. It's about the palm size, I'd say. It's fuzzy. And then there's a whole bunch of little tiny ones growing everywhere. So you have one, right there, and then one beyond the fence. And of course, when you use a neighbor's fence, you gotta give them some of the fruit. So I'll gladly do that. And like I said, there's neighbors playing, so I apologize for anyone listening. But here's a jalapeno pepper plant. For some reason, my jalapenos have been really slow to take off this year. Usually there's a few flowers, but I think they're just now beginning to flower. Maybe it's from shade. It's probably sunlight related. And here's another full view of the Three Sisters. Some of the watermelon. I can't remember what variety of watermelon it's growing, but it's growing. And then an up close view of the vining of the bean plants, the pole beans. It's been cool. And then some corn tassels. Here I'm trying out some Egyptian walking onion I got off of Etsy. This one, I don't know if he's gonna make it, but hey, it only takes one. We'll see what happens. I'll lay off the water. I'm pretty sure that's a parasitic wasp right there doing his job. So I'm excited for them. I'm thankful for the biodiversity. I don't use any chemical sprays. And yeah, they leave me alone, I leave them alone. So got some more Romas I planted over here. There, oh, flying next to me. Some more Romas, there's a lot of them. They're doing pretty good. I'm really proud of them this year. Another Roma, 2 Romas in each one, and in between there's, you know, some pepper plants, and they're just now starting to put out flowers. A kale plant, I had so many kale plants this year, and I couldn't get rid of them. They've been growing all summer. So when people tell you they're a winter thing, I'm like, yeah, if you don't want pests, but lately, ever since these rains, I've been dealing with decay. So make sure you keep on top of that. Here's some collard greens. They're doing all right. They're getting a lot of pest damage. I have no idea what's behind. I'm guessing it's cabbage worm, but we've had issues with slug. That's why I'm hoping these wasps are doing their thing. But the kale's still going strong. Still got some marigolds interplanted in here, but they're getting no sunlight. Here's some of the corn and stuff that's going along. It's doing its thing. I haven't even hand pollinated any of this, like I've said. And then you got these are just the slips I started. I planted these, waited a month or two, and they, you know, now look at them. They're growing everywhere. And yep, some more Romas. Plenty of Romas this year. And then this is sunchoke artichoke I also got from Etsy. It's starting to come out, and I'm glad. I've been wanting to grow that. I've heard so much about it. And when you plant them in a bucket like this, they, you know, I don't expect to get a lot, but I really just want to get more. Just whatever I can get. And over here I have some more pepper and bell pepper and jalapeno plants. And like I said, they're just now starting to flower. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera. And then, you know, more of these. I thought these were getting too much shade, but look at this marigold bush. Oh my. It's giant. I don't think I've ever seen a marigold bush that big. But like I said, this is my first year growing them. I'm getting bit up on my ankles, but it's all right. I got some decent sized carrots this year. The secret to carrots is just really waiting. Get them in some decent areas and just wait. I think they prefer areas that are relatively shady and don't get too much, get too hot in the summer. You can grow them all year. It's just microclimates. And then these are some beans I'm growing, pinto and black. I had potatoes in here in the beginning, and I didn't get the yield I wanted, but it's because it got shaded out by this mulberry tree above me. And then we got some more peppers, and then not peppers, there's some pea plants back there. And then some more Romas in the back, and they're doing all right. Some green onion right here, and then a little baby watermelon. I'm thankful for this year. I've learned a lot. I'm gonna keep learning more, but stay with me. I'll update you some more on what the Three Sisters. I'll go a little bit more in depth on the varieties and the importance of choosing the right variety. But thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned.